The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyro Media Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members.
Hey, y'all, it's Vick. I hope all of you are doing well. I am wishing you a beautiful month ahead. It is springtime and we got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right on in. First of all, let us start with the weather. Now, it's been absolutely beautiful in LA over the last few days, but baby, folks was out here talking about, is LA Seattle now? Like, what is going on? It was raining and raining and raining and raining and raining. It was getting out of hand. We even had, I think, a tornado like in Montebello, which is not too far from LA. It was just going, it was a lot. It was hail. It was too much. I am hoping we are done with this. I was struggling. For one thing, I really don't wear jackets or coats, but I had to dig in the far back area of the closet to look for my outerwear. Luckily, I have a wool coat and a denim trench coat. So I had some things, but I had to dig for them. Like, where are they? And out here in LA, we might use an umbrella once or twice a season, once or twice a year. And then the umbrella is gone. It's lost. It's in the trash. It's broken because we bought the cheap one because it don't rain that much. So then when it rains again, it's like, oh man, what we doing? We ain't got nothing. Now, I will say, I don't know what prompted me to do this, but someone had gifted me an Amazon gift card. And for some reason, I bought a really nice umbrella. So I can at least say I had an umbrella. I'm ready for that. But the coat and the jacket and So anyway, and I know I'm not the only one that has this problem, okay? Because like I said, in LA, it don't rain. Tony told y'all it never rains here, so we don't know what to do. And I haven't even touched on the potholes, the people that don't know how to drive in the rain. It's just a lot. So I'm hoping our weather stays nice. It's beautiful today, beautiful. So I hope it stays that way and we are done with the rain and the stormy weather. You guys, tell me in the comments, what's the weather like where you are? Hopefully it's not rainy. Hopefully it's nice and sunny. All things are good. Now this week, we are smack dab on the tail end of National Public Health Week. Y'all know I have a master's degree in public health and 2 entire decades of public health experience. So I'm a public health person. I am. So you might be wondering, like, what happens during National Public Health Week? Like, what do y'all do? Do y'all go to the amusement park or something? No, it's really just an opportunity for public health organizations across the country to hold events, press events, panels, whatever, right? To really highlight the work being done in communities across the United States. Now, this year's theme, because I have a theme every year now, this year's theme is centering and celebrating cultures and health. And I should say this, the American Public Health Association is the sort of quote unquote sponsor of National Public Health Week. They're the one that set the theme for each year. And they give suggestions on topics for each day and things that you should do. And then you can put your stuff on Twitter or you can send them the event information and they'll post it on their national website. So it's a really cool thing. So the topic, the theme, centering and celebrating cultures in health. So, well, it's like, well, what does that mean? How do you center and celebrate culture in relation to health? Like, huh? So first thing I say, well, let me look up culture. I know what culture is, but let me look up the definition of culture. Culture is the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group. So, in case y'all don't know, I'm Black, 365, okay? So as a Black American, we have customs, art, social institutions, we have achievements, we've done good things. We also have been through a lot too. So let me see. Let me think of an example. We're going to walk through this together. Come on, grab my hand. We finna walk down this road together. One custom that Black women have that was lost, and is actually making a huge comeback, is our birthing traditions. Back in the day, Black women were midwives and doulas many years ago. In our communities, the midwives and doulas helped birth babies and provide education and support to new moms. This was integral to the health of Black moms and babies, especially in the segregated South, where there might have only been like one physician in the whole community and maybe his fee or her, but probably back then it was probably a he. The fee was a little too much. We ain't got it. Okay. Or because there's only one and it's a bigger community, like, oh, well, he over there delivering that baby. Well, who gonna help us with this one? So, there was probably, a few doctors or 1 or 2 doctors. And then the hospitals were segregated back then, right? So, you or it was too far away. So there was all these issues around healthcare access. Doulas and midwives provided alternative methods for pain management. And most importantly, they had the respect and trust of women in the community. Now, the medical establishment wasn't really on team midwives. They was like, So they kind of forced them out of practice, forced these requirements and these certifications, threatened them with, being sued, jail time, and all sorts of things. And so it was like, and so people just kind of left the practice, and the profession pretty much disappeared. Now, with the continued high infant and maternal mortality death rates among Black moms and babies in the United States, it was like, wait a minute. We need to bring this practice back. We need to bring this cultural tradition back. So midwives and doulas are back in full force. You are starting to see more Black women say, I don't want to have my baby in the hospital because I don't know if I'm going to come out alive or my baby. So boom, That is a key and core example of how we can celebrate and center cultures and health. Let me know, are there other examples in your community about the relationship between culture and health? Drop them in the comments. I love to hear about it. I'm always learning and excited to learn new things. All right, let's get to the we got some political stuff going on. And yeah, we just gonna jump in. Indictments. I meant to look up what that actually means. Indictment. It sounds scary, like you in trouble, you done did something. This is beyond the principal's office. You done messed up. Have been indicted. So we have some indictments that have happened. One locally, one of course on the national scale. I think one some people are probably really hype about, and the other one not so much. So let's jump in. So let me back up a bit. Back in October of 2021, Mark Ridley Thomas, a prominent politician here in the Los Angeles area, was charged along with former USC School of Social Work dean in a federal grand jury indictment alleging bribery and fraud schemes. On March 30th of this year, which was not too long ago, he was found guilty by a jury of bribery in a scheme in which his son received substantial benefits from the University of Southern California. Now, y'all know I'm a triple Trojan. I've been to USC. This is my third time. USC, sometimes it be scandal after scandal. I don't know. But anyway, his son received substantial benefits from the University of Southern California in exchange for Ridley Thomas's political support for lucrative county contracts and contract amendments with the university while he served on the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors. Ridley Thomas is 68 years old, was found guilty of 7 felonies, 1 count of conspiracy, 1 count of bribery, 1 count of honest services mail fraud, never heard of that before in my life, and 4 counts of honest services wire fraud. His career spans several decades, including the California State Legislature and most recently in the Los Angeles City Council. He was suspended in October 2021 when that indictment came down. Definitely a sad day when the news broke here in Los Angeles. Folks can feel how they want to about what happened, but Ridley Thomas did so much for the community. I'm just going to say that, full stop. If you're from LA, you know what Killer Kang is. Okay? King Drew Medical Center that was closed in 2007 down in South Los Angeles, Watts, Compton, that area. Okay? South Central. That hospital was the only health center over there, but it was horrible. It was closed in 2007 due to horrendous errors. People was dying, mismanagement, money, all kind of stuff was going on. Well, the main reason the new hospital that is near that site and the surrounding health facilities exist today is because of Ridley Thomas. And that's just one example of the things he's done, right? So I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I know the dean of the School of Social Work, she was like, she didn't want no problem. So she was like, let me just go on and tell. Run tell that. All I can say is, again, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Definitely, though, a sad time for Black Los Angeles. I don't know what's going to happen next. The mayor of Los Angeles has released a statement. I know at least my council member, Marquise Harris Dawson, released a statement because they are aware of the impact and the things that he has done, Ridley Thomas has done on behalf of the residents of Black Los Angeles. So we'll see what happens next. I guess sentencing happens next. I don't know, but it's rough. It's rough. Whew. Now, more indictments. Former President DT has been indicted following an investigation into a hush money payment scheme. Now, this is according to CNN. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office has been investigating Trump in connection with his alleged role in a hush money payment scheme and cover-up involving adult film star Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels. Okay. That dates back to the 2016 presidential election. DT faces more than 30 counts related to business fraud in the indictment, CNN has reported. Now, this indictment is under lock and key, like nobody ain't seen it. The former president is expected to be arraigned in Manhattan criminal court at some point. I think next week. I don't know. This investigation started when DT was still in the White House and relates to a $130,000 payment made by DT's personal attorney to Miss Stormy Daniels in late October 2016, days before the presidential election, to silence her like, ooh, shh, we ain't gonna talk about that affair we had a decade ago. Hey, no. Now listen here. This is the first time in American history that a current or former president has faced criminal charges. Lord. That's all I got is Lord. I don't have nothing else for that. All right, y'all. Let's head on to social media. Now, on Instagram, I'm still sharing my nail looks of the week and getting better and better with my nail art. So much so that I saw an advertisement for a nail art competition and I entered it. It's called Nail Icon and the prize is $5,000. I started in 16th place. Last time I checked, I was in third place. Y'all, vote for me, please. There's a way you can vote for free every day. Now, listen, one option was to enter your credit card number. Don't do that. Do the Facebook one. Don't do the other one. Do the Facebook one. Okay? But you can vote for me every day. I would so appreciate it. $5,000 would help with my tuition. A whole host of things. Yes. Now, on LinkedIn, I talked about maternal and infant mortality rates and how they are tied to institutional racism. I shared that there is research that proves that after the Civil Rights Act was implemented, there was a substantial drop in infant mortality rates among Black folk. I also shared my thoughts on the 900% increase. You heard me, 900% increase in congenital syphilis rates in Mississippi that largely affect Black people. Why do we have a 900% increase in congenital syphilis? Syphilis is treatable. We can get you a shot of some bicillin before that woman gives birth. We won't have congenital syphilis. What is happening in Mississippi? Why don't people have access to health care, to prenatal care? What is the problem? Why aren't they being tested and treated? This shouldn't be happening in 2023. But we live in a country that puts Black people at the bottom of the hierarchy. That's how this kind of stuff happens. Now, you all know, I know you know, the Tuskegee syphilis experiment that happened in Tuskegee, Alabama, where Black men who had syphilis were enrolled into a program and weren't quite given all the information they needed to make an informed consent to participate. They thought they were going to get treatment and be cured. Now, the crazy part, I guess that's crazy enough, but the crazier part was after they found a cure for syphilis, you would say, well, maybe they would give them the cure, right? No, they did not. So we have a syphilis issue that actually dates back well before even the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. There's an article that was written and published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 1943, that called syphilis a Negro problem. And even back then, people were saying, physicians, largely Black, excuse me, syphilis is not a Black problem. The reason why Black people have high rates of syphilis is because they experience poor health status, poor economic outcomes. This is a social issue, not a racial issue. So I don't know, y'all. Again, as I dig into these journals and doing these lit reviews, I'm like, man, the truth just be coming out. The evidence is just real about what's really happening here. But if you follow the line of thinking, back in those days, they thought we had genetic sort of deficits, Black people. Well, you're sick because you know, your lungs you're just naturally this way. And then when we started to understand how diseases were transmitted and germ theory became a thing, they decided we were vectors, dang near, for disease transmission. It's your fault. Therefore, you get articles that say syphilis is a Negro problem. It's all a mess. But anyway, we have to do better. Black folk deserve better than that. 900% increase in congenital syphilis? No. Unacceptable. Unacceptable, absolutely. All right, y'all. I could talk about that all day long. All right, so let's see what's going on TikTok. If you want to see the realest me, that's where you'll be, on TikTok. I share words of wisdom, my nail looks, hot takes on what's trending, tips and tricks to make life better. So a couple of things I ran my mouth about recently on TikTok. Y'all, I fell up the escalator on my way to work about 2 weeks ago. Not down the escalator, up. I was trying to walk up the escalator, maybe 1 or 2 steps. Not that power walk that you see people do that. Oh, it irritates my spirit. No. Just like 1 or 2 steps up, because I was almost to the top. And I said, well, let me come on and, facilitate this process and move along. Baby, I don't know what happened. But I said, ooh, my balance is wrong. And I think I'm going down. And there was absolutely nothing I could do. Usually I'm good at like, oh, shoot, I'm about to fall, and I can brace myself. How am I brace myself when the escalator is moving, the handrails is moving? What am I doing? So I just went down. Boom, hit the ground. Help, that's me. Help. And it was so much going on the other side of the escalator. This lady was having her own private fight with herself. She's yelling and throwing stuff. Somebody came out of nowhere and hit the button to stop the escalator. Tore up my cute little denim trench coat. Got tore all up in them steps. But I took it to the cleaners. I said, baby, sew this up. She said, are you going to be able to see it? I don't care. Just fix it, please. I need my trench coat because it's cute. So anyway, that was crazy. I was real scared of escalators for a minute. I kind of still am. I don't move on escalators. When I get on it, I don't move. I stand there because I can't do that no more. I'm too old to be falling, and I'm too big. So anyway, that's on there if you want to hear me retell that, even though I kind of just retold it just now, but it's okay. I also recorded myself adding lyrics to the Candy Crush saga, or I think it's actually Candy Crush Friends. That theme music, it's got a little beat to it, and so I started singing some lyrics and stuff, and I recorded myself. Now I thought that was hilarious. Other people thought it was hilarious too. I made a video for my daughter's 26th birthday. She is 26 years old, and I also showed me doing her birthday nails, which came out really nice. They actually lasted for quite a while. We were worried. We did full cover nail tips. We were scared. Because last time we tried them, they popped right on off. But this time they hung on for a good time. And then I was talking on TikTok about, hey, I'm at my dentist office. Hadn't realized, I decided to look it up. There are only 4% of all the dentists in the United States are Black. Actually, less than 4% of them are Black. That's crazy to me. So dentistry is definitely a field. If you're interested in medicine, maybe go into dentistry because we need more Black dentists. That's crazy. I was also seeing a quote that said something like, oh, I'm so grateful for all the things that I prayed so hard for that didn't turn out to work out anyway. Whew. Yes, several things. I was like, I'm so glad that thing that I wanted so bad actually didn't work out at all, because that would have been a hot mess. So I'm sure you got some similar experiences. But anyway, follow me on social media. All my handles are the same, Nicole Vick. As I said before, currently TikTok is the most lit of them all. So if you're not following me there, I don't know what's going on. All right, y'all, I'm going to see you next week. Last Thursday, I had a great episode of Pushing Through with my daughter / co-host Andrea. We interviewed the owner of Luxe and Noir Candles, and actually unboxed some of the candles that we had purchased and, smelled them, lit them, and got a chance to talk to him about why he started the brand and what he hopes to see in the future. So that was a really cool interview. It is now up on YouTube. And then next week, Dr. Dante Morrison, who is a really good friend of mine, will be joining me, and we'll be having an amazing conversation. We're going to talk about public health, talk about his work that he's doing, catch up on all, the good things that are happening in his life, and, just have a little good old time. All right, y'all. As always, check me out on my website, www.nicoledvick.com. Pick up a couple copies of my book. I have 2 books, actually. First one is Pushing Through, Finding the Light in Every Lesson. The second one is Push Through, 52 Weeks of Light in Tough Times. The third one, we're going to have to call it something else because we ain't pushing no more. As Black women, we ain't pushing no more. No. You heard about that nap ministry. We resting. So I don't know what the next one's going to be called, but we ain't pushing. That's not going to be the title of the book, okay? But in the meantime, it's okay. The books are already written, so it's okay to reflect because a lot of us have pushed through, right? Or you want to help somebody push through and they need some inspiration. Those books are perfect. The first one is a memoir. The second one is a guided journal. All right. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for listening in. I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.
If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyro Media Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit pyromedianetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.